Hey guys, I was just driving down the street, and on the side of the road I saw a 10-foot piece of 2-inch pipe, which looked like it had a piece of 1.5-inch pipe in it and a piece of 1-inch CPVC. So I did the right thing and I turned the fuck around and went back and got it. 30 feet of fucking free pipe. Gotta do what you gotta do, and this time fucking 30 feet of pipe probably cost you 40-50 bucks, man. That's a good find. I'll take it. It's in perfect condition. Looks like it came from fucking Home Depot off the top of some plumber's truck. They're perfect 10-foot lengths, but oh well, it's Johnny's now. Hey guys, I just got the call from this guy. He's back at his house. I think I'm just gonna have to disconnect the recirc system. He can leave the pump in if he wants, if he doesn't want to spend the money, or I can repair that. Should be an easy job, hopefully. He does have one of them faucets with the goofy aerators in them, and unfortunately a lot of times there's a lot of crust and buildup in them, and I can't get them working again. So I've got some lab faucets on my truck. I mean, it's pretty fancy. I'm sure it matches the rest of the bathroom, so he's not going to want to just put anything in there, but worst comes to worst, I have to come back. That's all there is to it, y'all. See what we can get into when I get there.
Turn right onto Rio Bella Place. Destination will be on the left.
Shit, I gotta get out. All right, guys, the first thing I looked at when I got here is they've got this pump here for the Comfort series, and it's a 1/2 inch. So he's feeding this whole house with a 1/2 inch pump. And then the other thing is the pressure tank, the expansion tank is saturated, so that needs to be replaced. They just bought this place in the last few months, and he's got a few issues, so. Beautiful place.
Thank you.
Where are you from?
Cincinnati.
Nice. Okay, so you got that stuff. I just want to get hot water back here.
Here's good.
Yep. So you are getting some water out of this.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. It's that valve underneath,
Okay.
for sure. So I will, I'll take care of that first.
Okay.
And then if you want, do you want me to remove that pump? Because I'll show you.
So it's the pump on top, yeah.
Yeah, let me show you what's going on there. You're actually feeding this house all the hot water with a 1/2 inch line.
Yeah, so do it whatever order you want to. And then give me your opinion on while we're looking at all the problems.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go in the guest bathroom here on the left.
Okay.
This water pressure also, it still works. Seems like it's better.
It's the aerators. It's the aerators too. It's a combination of both, but sometimes these, for some reason, people turn the valves down, so they're not fully open. That's the first thing you want to check. And they are fully open.
Well, you're going to tell me where your YouTube channel is. I've got to follow that, see that.
I will. You don't mind swearing, do you? I'm a plumber.
Well, I'm an idiot that gets pissed off easily, so.
There you go. I have to see what kind of faucets these are, figure it out.
It's kind of unusual because, like you said, really it's hard to access anything in there, isn't it?
Yeah, weird. I mean, it's under the handle for sure. All right, so here, I just wanted to point out that, you know, this water heater has a 3/4 inch line here, but look at it, it's reduced down to 1/2 inch.
Yep.
And then goes back to 3/4. So I'll fix that for you.
Okay.
And we'll put a new pressure tank on.
Sounds good.
And I'll eliminate that stuff out back there.
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
You the ball playing 2 hours of pickleball, so I'm gonna stay out of the way.
Pickleball is what you're doing? Okay. So first thing we're gonna do, guys, is get rid of this expansion tank. It's definitely saturated. Probably, how old is this house, sir?
8 years.
Yeah, this is most likely the original expansion tank. And we'll get it taken out of here, put a new one in, then I gotta replace these valves. Yeah. I make some noises when I work. I charge by the grunt and groan, so I exaggerate a little bit. Yeah, this guy's full. No doubt.
So what causes those to get full of water? What is it that
They
happens?
just break down over. Oh, yeah. See that? I'll take care of that. This guy's full. The rubber breaks down. There's a bladder inside the
Okay.
tank.
So by that being full, it reduces my water pressure in the house?
No, what this does is actually, when water gets heated up, it expands.
Yeah.
That bladder tank is designed to absorb that expansion, so your house doesn't overpressurize and cause damage to the piping system. So it's nice that they used semi-gloss paint here. That was a messy one. Usually not that messy. Okay, so let me replace that valve next. Get this finished up. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, guys, so what I have to do here is I'm gonna get rid of this valve. All this stuff needs to come off. The pump. Oh. Look at we're alien. Careful with my language.
I don't know how they do it though, you know, wearing all those
They
clothes.
wear that. The Mexicans and the
just
yard
covered.
guys, they're like covered from head to toe, but it doesn't bother them.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Let's see.
many hours do you try to work a week? How many hours do you try to work a week?
I usually work from 10 to 2,
Okay.
but I'm gonna do this for you, get you all situated.
A friend of mine's a plumber up north. He retired, sold his truck like you got there,
Oh yeah?
moved into a condo, decided he still wanted to have something to do, so now he's trying to do everything out of the back of an SUV. He just says he never has what he needs anymore. Just, you know,
Yeah, it's very hard
it
to...
really is.
I will never go on a service call with like just trying to grab a couple of things
Sure.
and throw it in my pickup truck.
Just doesn't work.
Not gonna happen. How often do you play golf?
I try to play a couple, 3 times a week.
So is this a golf course community?
This is not.
Where do you normally play?
We usually play over at University Park.
Yep.
It's kind of, I'm real close to the back gate here, so it makes it easy to get in and out of.
Yeah, that's a beautiful place.
It is. It's a fun place. You playing golf?
Nah, I used to, but not anymore. Alright guys, so I've got a new ball valve in here for him, a brass shock plate. I'm going to put the new tank in, but I'm gonna get rid of this pump that they have here. You can keep that, that's yours. It's not garbage. I just need to get this pump off, and it's got shock bites on there, so I'm going to try to lift up on this. I do have a sharp bite tool. Booger, really tight to the bottom.
So that was an add-on, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it may have been, you know, that this may have been because of the size of the house, something the builder was putting in.
Sure.
The fact that you needed an extension cord to plug it in would lead me to believe that it was an after the fact.
Yeah, good point.
Because they would have definitely provided electric for it if it was part of their standard package. Boy, up there on University, they pretty much have everything you could ever need, huh?
Unbelievable, isn't it? Lived over in Lakewood Ranch before.
Yeah.
I liked it over there, but there's just so much more stuff going on over here.
Yeah.
Hello, Caroline. Caroline, meet John.
Hi, John.
Hi, how are you?
What in the world's going on?
We're tearing this place apart.
You know, he's getting us up to a point where we won't have problems in the future.
Well, what was the problem?
Well, we still haven't gotten to the sinking there yet, but the
Thermal expansion tank.
yeah, the expansion tank was drunk, so it's just that we're cutting down our access to hot water
Is that
basically.
something that should have been caught in the inspection?
Most likely. When did they inspect it?
A month and a half ago, 2 months ago. They should have tapped that and caught it.
They definitely should have caught that. I mean, that's crazy. Those guys are worthless. Most of them.
Well, Kia Strong's again the guy that did it. He was recommended by my realtor.
Uh-huh.
He actually came out here with a roofing guy, a heating and air conditioning guy, and I think a plumber. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, the plumber should have caught that then.
Use the bathroom?
There's no water.
You can use the toilet, ma'am. There's still one flush in it,
Okay.
in the tank. All right,
Yeah,
buddy.
they charge us $600 to do the inspections too, so it's like,
They always come up with the easiest stuff, you know?
yeah.
I mean, as soon as I walked in here, the first thing I saw was the expansion tank, and it takes 2 seconds to check it. You know what I mean? Oh, let me get this prepped. Put it back in.
So you're saying normally the expansion tank has no water in it?
It does have water in it. What happens is the tank has 40 psi in it.
Okay.
The house pressure, normal house pressure, is a little higher than that. And what it'll do is it'll push up on that compressed air. Air
Okay.
can be compressed.
Right.
Water cannot.
Yep.
So as the water expands when it heats,
That's what the bladder does.
correct, it absorbs that heat.
What's the life expectancy normally on these things?
About 5 years, so I'm gonna write down on it, when it was installed. And you can
Cool. You can
keep it on, all you gotta do is what I just did, tap it.
have it.
Get some Teflon.
What does that do?
That's the relief. And it's supposed to be anywhere from 2 inches to 6 inches off the floor.
Okay.
It looked a little tight to me.
Yep.
So this is off. This is all done. Let me get a couple wrenches. Do you have any
Check your
questions?
pliers there behind the.
Yes. I'm gonna have to come back out and relight this water heater for you.
I want you to show me how. So when I leave for a
Turn
month,
that valve off.
turn that valve off.
Yep. And then turn this to off, or I'll look at it. There are a couple different styles.
There's a pilot on there too. It says pilot. Is that...
Yeah, that's what you need to do to light it. And all you have to do is push a button. You don't.
Okay.
They even have electronic ignition where it lights
Yeah, I might get
itself.
you to show me that. Please.
Yeah. Okay, so got some weird. I got a rag down here, guys. Just so these are weird. Okay. Alright, so coal's gonna go on here. I don't know what kind of adapters these are, but they're working. Maybe these are some kind of foreign imperial size or something, because they definitely have an adapter on them. And I'm just gonna leave it. I gotta get a Phillips head screwdriver and get this thing off the back wall. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna keep these off. Alright guys, I just need to get this thing off. I've never seen anybody put another set of stops on one of these. I don't know what that's all about. Ouch. I've got the cold set up to the cold, the hot to the hot. Valves are off. I need to go out and change the main shut off on this very expensive house because they put a $2 valve on it, which is unbelievable. But it is what it is. Alright guys, so the last thing I need to do here is put a new main shut-off valve on the house. They've got this $2 CPVC valve. I'm going to cut it off below there, put a brass valve in, come up and redo the top in CPVC. From the well, sometimes they get it from the ponds.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That are on this.
So they got a pump maybe on that pond. Or
oh yeah, definitely a big pump. Or the city has actually run from the sewer plant actual really reclaimed water.
Yeah.
From the plant. You
Really
know what I mean?
water, yeah.
When I first moved down here, I was out. I was roughing the house in. I'm from Rhode Island. I'm not used to summers where it's like 130 degrees, you know. 200
degrees, 200%.
Oh, I see the sprinklers turn on, and I go running out there off of this rough-in, and all the guys are watching me, and I'm splashing around in this water.
Oh.
Right, and then I get back. They say, you know that's reclaimed water, right? I said, no, I didn't.
You only do that once, right?
Yeah. My hair felt like rope for about a week.
That's funny.
Welcome to Florida.
How big a crew do you have when you used to build houses and things?
At one point I had like 10 people working.
So in a craft like this, you bring on apprentices and they go through.
I hired guys with no experience, which were really the guys that I wanted, because I could teach them how to do it the way I want it done, and just worked out good. So
Good.
but I think 4 of those guys that worked for me have master plumber licenses and own their own business.
Cool.
So I gotta get another piece of pipe here. be a lot easier for you to open.
Absolutely.
Close. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to turn the water on up to this valve. And I've got to let this glue dry so it'll give me a chance to clean up.
Sure.
Alright guys, so this is the issue with this faucet. There's no flow. This is the one next to it. The Roman tub has good flow. I'm sure the shower does. It's just this valve. So there's something going on here. I'm gonna take let me shut these. Yeah. Okay, so that's off. I'm dropping them in a bucket, not on your cabinet. Yeah, I think this is the problem. See this goofy adapter? That might be the issue, guys. Yeah, they ain't shit. They have a pinhole. This thing's doing on the hot side now. Nothing. Wow. Alright, I gotta go pee. Alright guys, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take that back off. got good pressure coming from here. I'm gonna go get some solder and see if I can run it up that supply tube. Alright guys, so I've run this all the way up. I'm gonna hook it back up and see if I can get water out of that. It's most likely something in the cartridge, but I'm not sure what type of faucet this is. It's nothing I've seen before. The house is only 8 years old. If they have the original specs that came with the house, it'll, like color sheets and stuff, it'll show what these faucets are.
Looks like a Moen 90 degree. Oh! Does that look like the same faucet?
Yeah. All right. Well, then it might be just a cartridge in there. Let me get my stuff and I'll take it apart. Yeah, it's probably just a 1225 cartridge. All right, guys. So this is actually a Moen faucet. The Moen cartridge, and I believe I do have one of these on my truck. Make sure the cold's off too. Oh, okay. Well, they're reputable.
She's got another woman that apparently they're in business together and they do this, so they're gonna.
All right, guys. So I figured out what the deal was with this. This is the little filter and flow restrictor going to the spout in this faucet. The cartridge is still good. It was full of junk for some reason. All right, guys. So I'm done at this house. This is supposed to be a little short service call, but I did a lot of stuff for this guy. He's got these Moen faucets in the house. He was getting no flow. That was the original call on why I was coming. I saw he had a recirculating system that was inoperable. It wasn't plugged in. So I thought maybe it was, you know, something to do with that. So I disconnected all that shit. When I got here, I realized he needed an expansion tank. He also had a $2 CPVC valve on the water heater. So I put in a brass valve on the water heater, a new expansion tank, a new brass valve on the main water service coming into the house, and I removed the pump off of the water heater, and I went in the back bathroom in the master and I disconnected that that manifold system that you use with the thermostatic control valve under the sink. I removed all of that stuff. Still had no pressure on at the faucet. So I did a couple of things. I made sure I was getting good supply, good water flow out of the valves coming out of the wall, which I did. I knew the problem was in the valve. I didn't know what type valve it was. I didn't know the brand name. I'd never seen it before. But come to find out, it was a Moen. I actually had run solder all the way up those tubes, you know, the flexible supply lines going up to the faucet. And then I took the handle off the faucet and realized that it was a Moen. Actually, the woman told me that it was a Moen. The homeowner, she said she used to design houses and that it was a Moen faucet, and she showed it to me online. And so I took the handle off, and sure enough, it was a Moen faucet, and I have that cartridge. It's not a 1225. It's one that usually goes in a single-handle kitchen faucet, the ones with the side handle. So anyways, when I took it apart, I'm looking, and I took the cartridge out, put my hand over the top of it, and turned the water on, and I was still getting no water out of the spout, which I should have gotten full flow. So I'm looking in closely, and I can see where the hot and cold come in, and then where the discharge of the cartridge goes out. And there's a very, very tiny, I mean, literally, a pinhead size screen that filters the water before it goes out into this huge spout where, you know, you could actually, a Q-tip could fit through that. But that was the issue, man. That little screen was clogged. I actually just took the damn thing out. It's actually a screen and a flow restrictor, because if you turned the valves on all the way, you'd have water splashing everywhere. But I learned a lot. He had the same issue in another bathroom, and after I had figured out the master, I told him, I said, hey, I can go fix that other one now. I know what the problem is with these valves. It's that little screen. When you pull the cartridge out, you'll see the hot and the cold inlet ports. Well, on the back side, there's a very small port. That's the discharge going to the spout. And there's a little filter in there and a flow restrictor. And if it's got any shit in it, you're not gonna get any water out of those faucets. So just a heads up for you guys doing mowing. But it was a good job for me. Made some money, and I'm on down the road. You gotta love Zell. All right, guys, that's it for me today, man. It was a busy day. I'm gonna have to figure out what I want to put up online. It's 3:45, way past my bedtime.